Okay, hi there everyone. I hope you are all enjoying your weekend. It's a long weekend here in New Zealand and it's Labour weekend and I really should be relaxing, but I just had this idea after doing my Christmas trees that I wanted to try out. So this is actually my prototype too. So if you see this video, then everything worked out okay. So what I'm making today is a gnome, and it is going to be made up of cones similar to the Christmas trees, and it's using beads and your faux leather, and I'm using like a glitter canvas today. And I've also got this, I had some furry white faux leather left over from last Easter. Now I know this sold out at Easter time, so if you're planning on making rabbit ears or anything like that, it's a really good time now to grab your furry white or pink or grey or whatever faux leather before it sells out, because it tends to. Okay, so I suggest getting a nice long length of twine and string. Remember, this is what you're hanging your you're going to be hanging your decoration or ornament with. Now in this pattern, or this template, sorry, I'm going to be using a needle. This is the most pathetic needle. I can't find my long needles. The kids have been in here. Anyway, because like I say, it was a quick idea and I've just popped out. I'm going to use this needle. I might struggle a bit with it, but I think if you could find one that's a bit longer than this, and I'm going to have trouble threading it without my glasses, but if you can find one longer than this, that would be much more helpful. All right, look, I've threaded that, so that's on there. Okay, so you're going to need some glue, and we're going to make some cones.
So you'll see that there is a tab to the side, and the idea is you want to fold this over, and then we're going to glue the other side of your cone to this. So I'm pressing down on this glitter canvas. It holds its shape quite well. This might be a bit fiddly. I've actually made the tab slightly larger than what you can see on this one. Fold it over. That's it. And then you're ready to glue.
Alright, so I'm going to start from the base here. Now, I think because we've got... And I'm going to continue coming up. This is a recipe for burnt fingers. Okay. So, you've got yourself a wee cone. Okay, now what you'll notice in this pattern is there's a hole. I've made a hole in the front of your cone. And what that's for is the nose of your gnome. But we'll quickly put this one together as well. Again, you've got your tab on the side. So you want to fold across. Right, let's press that down. Okay, so I'm going to put a bead on the top of this. You might want to put a pom-pom, but the idea is you just want it to be to a peak at the top. Okay, so you can see the shape that we're going for. It's long at the back, and you've got a bit of a divot at the front. Okay, so let's assemble. This is going to be going over like that. So this is the top of your gnome. I think you're probably getting the idea now. Give that a squeeze. You've got your two cones, and you've got your bead, which just fell on the floor. So I've got this little bowl here. My floor is covered in beads. And you've got your two cones, and you've got your wee little beaded piece. So let's put it together. Okay, I'm going to come down through the red hat, and what I've done here is I've doubled over my thread like this. So this is going to be a loop coming out the top. So let's push this through and I'll show you what I mean. Oh, this is where it's important to leave a nice hole at the top. Okay, so we're going through the top, and I want to pull that through. Okay, so see how I have that loop at the top? I'm going to keep that there. We're going to do the same now. I'm going to come down through this hole there. I'm gonna, okay. So you want your hole that is in your cone here to be lined up with the rounded part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these lengths out of my needle. I'm going to keep, you can see I've got my needle there and it's got one piece on it, and so we're going to come up and through the hole that is in the main body part. Okay, make sure you do not pull your loop through from the top. Do this all loose to start with. Then I'm going to bring it through the hole in my bead. I'm going to take my bead. I'm going to use a big one because I want him to have a big nose. And I'm going to go through the bead, and then I'm going to go back through the hole in the beard, and then back through the hole in the body, and then coming out the base. Right, I think you're probably getting the hang of what I'm doing here. Okay, so we've got a beard and we've got a nose. So you're wanting to keep your loop at the top, and we're wanting to stack everything here. So there we go. So I want my nose to have the thread on the sides, and I want this to be stuck down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my beard on underneath, okay, just so it's stuck to the body of the hot glue, super glue, whatever you want to use. There we go. Make sure it's straight. So now we've got our nose that you want to glue down. I'm going to try and you see how you've got, it's all going through the one hole. I'm going to put a big dollop of hot glue there, and I'm going to stick the bead. I'm going to pull the thread so that it's tight. Go. So the idea is that you've got the thread coming through the top, you've got the thread, okay, that's stuck. Okay, now you've got your hat, and if you use the right sort of fabric, now I've used this glitter which is quite stiff, but the idea of this is it's going to snugly fit, so the nose, so you look like your nose is sort of poking out underneath it, like what do they call them, and I'm sure someone will probably tell me I'm not pronouncing it right, but I think it's Tomtes. Okay, so you can see it's coming together. What I want to do now is I like to have a bead in the body of my decorations. It does give it a little bit of structure, and it holds all of everything else together. So I'm going to come through, let's give this a trim, and you can see what I'm doing. I go through one side of the bead, through the other side of the bead. What this does is, and then you just pull it. Okay, and then you're going to take it up into the body. I'm going to notch, and we'll push it up. Also helps with balance and just gives it a little bit of weight, because faux leather is not the heaviest. If you've got any tools that you want to use, here we go. So you can see it's up there. I'm going to push it up. You've now got your loop, and I think you might want to add a pom-pom to the top. Let's have a look. I will pop, because we've used the wooden bead for the nose, I think I'm inclined to give him just a little wooden bead on top. Now I can knot this. Okay, how cute is he? Oh my goodness, you could make it with I've got some fabric here. I might make a pink one with that as the hat. Yeah, but like when it's hanging, even though your base is open, I think it's fine, especially if you use something quite, you know, firm. Your base is open, but remember it's hanging down like this. Yeah, no, very happy with that. So that was me putting that together for the first time. I might do a little bit of tweaking to the template because I sometimes do that, but essentially that's what it will look like, and I'll make a couple more so you get an idea. Anyway, that's how you put the little gnome or tomte together with the cute little nose.